Hi, welcome back to Novello Group TV. I'm Aaron Novello. In today's post, I wanted to talk to you about probate and estate sales of real property. In Southeast Florida, we have a large elderly population. And for that reason, a lot of our clients find themselves in a situation of, selling property when a family member passes. So I find that experience can be challenging for two reasons. One is obviously there's the emotional component that's involved, super sensitive to that. The second component is the practical component, and oftentimes that can be extremely overwhelming, particularly when clients aren't local here in the area. So there's 4 steps really that are involved in that process, and I'd like to go over them with you together as a team. And then of course, if you had any questions or concerns afterwards, you could feel free to reach out to us. So the first step that's involved is the actual process of probate, right? So it would require that a family member or the family hire an actual attorney here locally to help. It's helpful to have a local attorney down here helping with the process because they're more familiar with the particular county that your family member may have lived in or the real property's in. And I find that can expedite the process dramatically, okay? The second step that's involved in terms of the process is oftentimes dealing with the contents, right? What they call tangible personal property. And this is where having, a local agent in the area who's very familiar with these types of transactions can be very helpful because they can connect you with professional vendors who are licensed, bonded, and insured who can help with contents, whether that be facilitating an estate sale for items on the inside that may have value, or helping to get some of that tangible personal property maybe just cleared out, donated to local charities, or maybe even some handyman work, right? To prepare the property for sale to make sure that you're maximizing value and getting the most possible. This third step in that process is really deciding what the family wants to do, right? In terms of the property, the real estate. So obviously they have a few options at their disposal. One option is to simply just keep it in the family, which of course is perfectly fine. The second option is that they may decide to rent it out, just keep it as a rental property. And then the third option would be to sell the property. Now, as far as selling the property is concerned, I oftentimes find in these dynamics that, people may come out of the woodwork, maybe some neighbors, and oftentimes family members get solicitations from investor types, right, whose goal and objective is to purchase at a discount with the intention on making a profit. They typically offer 20 to 30% below fair market value, what somebody could get on the open market. So my experience is that if the goal and objective is to sell, and a family's already gotten some interest, whether it be from investor types or from neighbors, that having the property on the open market for sale actually creates an environment where you force everybody to compete, right? The folks who know about the situation and also all the folks who don't know that the property is available, the marketplace. And in doing so, what can end up happening often is that you can create an environment where you get multiple offers. You may be able to force people to compete, and then what ends up percolating to the surface is the most that somebody's willing to pay. Now, the fourth step in that process is if the family decides to move in the direction of selling the home, is the selection process of an agent, right? And my suggestion always is to go with an agent who has a vast knowledge and experience of the legal aspect of probate, because they can really help guide the process and work hand in hand in tandem with the real estate attorney, the probate attorney, to ensure that the process goes super smooth and efficient, right? Because these types of transactions are a little different than normal residential real estate transactions as far as the closing is concerned and all the appropriate documentation that's required in order to make sure that is done properly and all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted. So that is my experience with regards to probate. We have the good fortune of helping a lot of families in those circumstances. So if you're one of our clients or one of the folks out there in the real estate universe who has a family member here locally that you guys have decided that you've decided to sell the real property, we'd be more than happy to help you with that. Our intention is to really take that process, as far as the real property, take that off of your shoulders, put onto ours, and just make it real smooth and efficient and easy. So hopefully this has been helpful to you. Again, this is just a really brief synopsis of a pretty complex process. If you guys have any additional questions or concerns with regards to it, feel free to reach out to us, give us a call. You can shoot me a quick email. And we look forward to the opportunity to be of assistance. Talk to you soon.